Welcome back, fans and friends. For this upcoming video, I will have an M2 deluxe version. So this will be, actually they had them at Walmart, they had the whole set. So I will be covering these in succession. And so it'll be upcoming the 1970 Ford Mustang Mach-1 351. And we can see the decal is almost identical between the whole series. They actually had the whole series, but I did not grab the IROC Z, the Chevrolet Apache, nor the Ford Econoline bus because they don't interest me. The IROC Z actually, there's a earlier Corvette that comes with opening doors and the hood. So this one, obviously we can see here the door opens, the hood opens, the interior is contrasted to the body and it looks really nice. So the next one will be this one. I have a dozen of these Charger Daytonas, including 440s and Hemis. So obviously we see this is a special series, number 46. It looks nice. It's in that P40 Warhawk / A10 Tiger Shark mouth camo or paint. And we can just see there how nice it looks. And then finally, this is the one I will be doing today, which is the whole reason I saw it, is the Datsun 510 I talked about earlier. And we will be eventually comparing it to this thing, which is almost exactly the green light equivalent to that car there. The only advantage you see right away is obviously the base. It looks very nice too, right? Unfortunately, this one does not have the doors open, even though it is a deluxe version of the car. But I will hurry up and get it out of its packaging, because that's the one I really want to cover. Well, I want to cover the Dodge Charger too and the Mustang. You can never go wrong. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead. Like I said, I have almost a half dozen of these Charger Daytonas. So when I get to them, I'll probably just do them in a series. It's just easier that way. So this is obviously M2. So it comes with a removable / reinsertable packaging for the vehicle. You see how I took it out? It can go right back in. Obviously not for me, but for normal people, it'll be extremely easy to put back in. See, like that, and then you just close it up, and boom, done. So you can retain the packaging even after if you haven't completely destroyed it. I've brought this up several times. It is the one huge advantage in imitation of Mini GT and some other brands. So this car we see has the roll cage. So that would mean it is possible for it to be used in the NHRA drag racing, amongst other things. And you can see there the hood opening. I will get to that last. And the main feature that obviously separates it from the green light here is the rearview mirrors. And I really do like how they do that. And in fact, you can see even in the front, they do slightly. Okay, so you can see a sort of a defect there, but it can be fixed. You can see just how much detail they do put into the vehicle. It does look a little bit different. Like we all know that this is the 1972 and this is just the 1970. Sorry. And because of the contrast with the sand color interior and the dark green exterior of the car, it will look very nice no matter how you display it. I will try to get it off its pedestal to do its roll test. Its wheels look like they're in functioning condition, so we can't really complain about them yet. There were a few though with not punctured, but torn tires. So as always, fans and friends, if you're going to look for something and you have a choice, very often on the shelf, especially for me, like I said, I basically had 3 or 4 of the Fords. I just chose the best one. I had 2 of these Datsuns to choose from, but the Daytona, there was only one. So that's the one I ended up with. So if there happens to be a problem with it, I can do nothing about it except try to fix it myself. So there we have it. We have the non-reflective matte green paint. Would be really nice if this trunk opened, but it does not. Other than that, I already brought up the rearview mirrors being one of the best features of this car, because look at them. The contrast is excellent. You have there the eyes for the shark mouth. The bumper is more or less level. You can see it's a little bit, it's not wonky. The front splitter is nice and easy see, it's nice and sturdy, at least on this one. We can see there what I was talking about, the wheels, but it's a very relatively easy fix to get it back in line. Perhaps when they bolted it down to the frame, it was really tight. So now this, I brought this up before. You see this gap here with the wheel and how it does that? It needs to be narrower, so I will be fixing that a little bit later. Because otherwise what happens is, you can see here, the wheel is sort of riding up on the wheel well, and it will not turn. Plus I have to straighten out the tires, so that's one of the green light, I call it the green light special, but it's obviously very evident with M2 right now. And so when I fix it. And you can see there it does not want to roll. As soon as I let go, it comes to a stop. So that's just going to have to be fixed compared to this one. I've had M2s with no problems. I've had green lights with no problems. And you can see right now, which one rolls freely. They're just that way. So we will, the red stripe there, I don't know, is that make or break? Not really. You can see there, it mimics the box, and all the cars have it. Only the Daytona has it on the spoiler, but the Mustang does not have it on the spoiler. Has it on the body just in front of the spoiler. I will cover the names later. So here we see 70, the M2 machines, but here we see Captain 510. So the 510 obviously is in reference to the Datsun 510. And for example, the B body is the B body structure of the car, and the Cleveland engine for the 351 is why this one is Colonel Cleveland, just in case anybody is asking. The other ones, if I decide to get them, I will get them. Like I said, the Apache, the Econoline, and the IROC Z. And so, just finishing up with the bottom, we have there Datsun 510, 1970, used under license. We have 33022, the year of production, and 15270R, which is for the release 70 and the 152. And so here we see, once again, I brought up, if you want to take a look, you see how close it is to the wheel there. That's why one of the reasons why it's grinding. So what I'm going to have to do is, I have nails, maybe in a there's other YouTubers you can watch for this, but basically what it involves is you have to get brad nails. This is just a Walmart version of what I'm talking about. I got the zinc coated. 1.5 is better, 1.25 is better, but they all have to be 18 gauge. So it's especially important for green light, but not as important for M2. Because M2 has a totally different system and the wheels might not fit. So anyway, for green light, what you would do is literally take this thing, see the length that you need, and then simply cut it. I will not be doing it this video because it would take too long. I would normally start it with just that in the video and then move from there. But anyway, that's just for the repairs of the, not repairs, it's doing it properly, I guess. But anyway, we can see nice and clearly through the glass, the roll cage, like I said, and it's excellent that the interior contrasts, the sandy interior contrasts the camo olive green of the exterior. The black hood is very common amongst these type of cars. Usually it's the vinyl hoods, but vinyl roof, but this one happens to have the vinyl hood. And so I have covered pretty much everything. I don't know if this is better or worse than the other one. We can see that they both use inserts, almost exactly the same inserts. Both of them have undecorated license plates. The only unfortunate part is this earlier Datsun has the 5-mile-an-hour bumpers, while this one does not for some unknown reason. And we can just see in the front there as well. You are able to take this apart, so hopefully, well, if I have the time, I will take this apart and level it out. But overall, you do see that they give you a lot of detail. Most of it's not wrecked or in any way uneven. I happen to think it's reasonably well done. And so, with that, the final thing I want to say is for the hood. Is it better than the green lights? Definitely easier to open for me anyway. The hood opens more. You can see it's actually a different engine in there. So you'd be getting a, yeah, you can see how much more the hood opens. So that's important too. This one cost about $10 plus tax, about $11.50. So it's not cheap, but compared to other premiums, it's also not expensive. And it's exactly a dollar, $2.75 more than this. So plus you get the reusable case. So do I have any complaints for this other than the price? Not really. And if the price is the only thing keeping you, then I mean that's not really that bad. But you can see they've painted both the struts. They have the rearview mirrors on either side. The cabin is nice and easy to see through. For the most part, there will be some, like I said, this. I can only fix it properly if I take the wheels out. So they will have to come out. You have the M2 machines there, which is very nice. You'll be able to remember where you got it. Even if it's outside of the package, you get the display base, as I have covered 100 times before. With even the release, the date of manufacture, and the week of, the name of the vehicle, everything else. And so there we have it. The Datsun 510 as accorded to M2 Machines of their special release, which is this one. Very nice buy. Like I said, they had the whole set there, but I just decided to get the three that I wanted the most. Because I've grown with it. I've grown, I want to say, more friendly towards this vehicle, the Datsun 510. And I just want to let everybody see the scaling. So you can see there, they are roughly the same scale. So for the most part, M2 and Greenlight, at least with this vehicle, are nearly on the same scale. So there we have it, the Datsun 510 as accorded to by M2 Machines for their special release, number 46. This is Thomas from Toronto, and thanks for watching.